Today I want to talk about working with that inner critic, that inner voice. I had a gal in my retreat recently, Connect to Your Essential Nature, here in Costa Rica, and she said as we opened our circle, she quickly heard this voice in her head that said, "Oh, I got to get out of here." And boy, I had so much compassion for her and so much respect and just admiration that she was so willing to share, that she heard this voice in her consciousness. So what do we do when we hear that voice? The first thing is to acknowledge it. And that's exactly what she did. And she courageously acknowledged it in a room full of people. When that voice makes itself known to us, it's much easier to address it. And I want you to think about it like a dog that's like pulling on your coattails, or a little kid that is like, "Hello, see me, Mom, I'm over here." Those negative undertones that clink around in our consciousness, the inner critic that is perpetually disappointed and unhappy with everything that is going on around her. We want to meet that voice. We want to connect to it. We want to bring our love and compassion to it. And the only way that we can do that is if we're willing to see it. We're willing to admit that it's even going on. So I know a little bit about this because I have a really strong inner critic and I have a really strong voice of self-doubt. And that seems a little counterintuitive because I have this great big personality and I have all this energy behind me. But it's easy for me to sort of go down that rabbit hole. So the way that I work with that voice is by inviting it to speak, by inviting it to share about whatever it is it has to say. So if I were doing this with myself, I could do this in a journal, or I'm going to actually do a little demonstration for you right now, which is a little bit vulnerable, and we'll go for it anyways. I do this in the spirit of the courageous woman who was at my retreat, who spoke about this voice. So here's how you might be able to work with this. It's easy if you position yourself in different directions in your chair, because one part of you who's speaking can be the voice of this inner critic, and then the other part of you that's speaking can be your loving presence, the higher part of you that knows you have a divine perfection to you, and that all of the stories of our ego self are not even necessarily true. So, how I would work with this. I don't feel like I'm doing a very good job, but I'm going to go with it anyways. In the spirit of moving myself through it, and I'm going to just let you witness me. So when I close my eyes and I tune in, this inner voice of self-doubt, maybe it's an imposter, she wants to say that no matter what I do, no matter what I create, no matter how hard I try, I always feel like I come up short, that I don't really have mastery over anything, and that makes me feel insecure. It produces feelings of sadness. And then I find myself buying into a story that I'm not enough. So the higher part of me, I do this with my eyes closed because it's just easier to sort of sink in. The higher part of me wants to just invite those feelings. We're not trying to hide them or fix them or fade them. We just want to invite them. So you're safe here with me. I love you unconditionally, no matter what. You are an expression of divine intelligence, and anything you're thinking or feeling or believing in this moment is okay. It's okay. So as those feelings are welcomed, I can sense into myself softening a bit. And just letting my heart open. And in this moment, I'm aware that those are just words, feelings. It's not the truth of who I really am. It's not the higher, wisdom-filled part of me. I think it's a younger part of me that feels like this. That self-defeat, maybe that frustration. I can sense into that part of me that feels angry that no one's helping me. And again, I'm just giving myself the permission to be with those feelings and to just bring forward whatever needs to be said or felt. And again, when I do this consciously with my essence, present in the room, present in my consciousness, present with these feelings of discomfort, these feelings of pain and sadness, as I sit with this, I can just feel it moving. And so I want to say to that part of myself, I understand. I see you. And it's okay. However you're feeling in this moment, it's okay. You're free to express and explore whatever's coming forward, because that's how you can move yourself through it. So this is an example of a dialogue that you can get into with yourself. And one of the really, really most important things to remember about this is that it's all okay. It's all okay. Whatever your feelings are valid and they're real and they're true in the moment. They're true because they're happening. It's like it is. It is what it is. It's unfolding in that moment. So I want to just give you permission to be aware of those voices and that inner doubt, and to just be really compassionate with yourself. Because if you don't deny it and you don't make it wrong for actually experiencing those feelings, then you open up a space inside of yourself. You open up tenderness and warmth and care and kindness in your own heart, in the relationship that you have with yourself. And it's in this inner exchange that we have the opportunity to heal. I hope you found this helpful. My name is Donna Bond. Please click like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.